Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So this couple had a portrait painting date, and the way this man drew this woman has got people talking. Now I'm going to add a few other clips, but the first video is the reason why I made this video, basically. Now take a look at it.
Okay, guys, this is Bing. This is him. Okay, all right, Abe.
Damn. Yo.
You like it? You like it? Why you just laugh? What? Do you like it?
Yeah.
You sure?
No, I like it. I'm laughing because of mine.
Got me. Now, let me see. Oh my gosh. Cut the camera. I'm scared. The hair. The braces. Yeah. Here y'all go.
I think I did pretty good.
You think you did pretty good?
I think I did. Like, hold it up to your face again. Yeah. Okay.
Very nice.
Ain't that black though? It's not that funny, bro. Look at
Beautiful.
it. Look like you feel it. Look at
Okay, I just remember I love you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
Okay, no. Oh no. Okay, just put it by your soda shirt. Okay, go ahead. I'm so sorry. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're so skinny.
Why do I have pause?
All right, here's yours.
Does it look like me?
I think I did a really good job.
I feel like you
Here,
messed me up. I'm scared.
hold it by your face.
Oh, okay.
Paint maybe a little wet still. I think that's spot on.
Got it?
Sure, go ahead. That's pretty good.
You had to add that part?
Yeah, that's you.
Babe.
All right, my turn.
This is what
Yeah. So I've seen about 15-20 clips of this trend, and clip after clip after clip, all I saw was the women putting in the effort. But is it that they don't take it seriously, they don't want to participate in it? Is it that the women were the ones who were forcing them to do this trend with them, so they, like, out of annoyance for them, they just drew them anyhow? But the first one, I'm sorry, it's hard for me to look past. I mean, I get it. Maybe you don't know how to paint still, right? You're not good at it. But the color that you chose to depict her, when you look at her, is that how you see it? That's all I keep thinking about. Like, when you look at her, is that what you see? Or is it just fun? I don't know. Maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe they are joking. But this has got a lot of people talking. So let me know what you think about the videos that you saw, and how these men is it portrayed their girlfriends, wives, friends in the portraits that they paint of them. Do they hate them secretly? You know? Let me know what you think about it, and let's get into what people had to say about this.
Yeah. Here y'all go.
I get it. Everybody's woke these days. Everybody, has a think piece. Everybody, things are deeper than what they are. And, when people do things or, talk about you or this, that, and the third, that's how they see you, view you, or whatever the case may be. I can't draw to save my life, so I'm not even going to sit here and act like my picture would have been perfect either. However, what I just don't understand when it comes to this video, and I'm also going to say that I genuinely don't think this is a race thing. I understand that a lot of people like to put race into everything because they think everything has to do with race. However, I genuinely just don't understand how this man chose to draw his woman who is sitting across from him, and used a black crayon or marker or whatever when she is literally light skinned. She's lighter than me and I am brown skin. And I don't understand why people in general think that when you draw black people, you draw them using the color black. This is black people. This is black. We're brown skin. We're not black, right? Yes, we are called black people, but our skin color is not black. We are brown skin. And the fact that you decided to use an actual black marker to color her neck and her face and everything else black, like, just shows me, like, are you even looking at her on some real shit? And she's, sitting there laughing, thinking it's a joke. And, she knows her man better than we know her man. But when you put shit like this on the internet, obviously you're going to get people in the comments who's going to put their opinion and this, that, and the third. It's just, it is what it is. But I really hope that she actually does her due diligence and has more questions, because I genuinely have been like, why would you even draw me like that? Like, where did that in your brain think that this is exactly how I look? Knowing that I'm nowhere near that dark. Like, be all the way fucking for real. No accessories. Like, yeah, you might have got glasses and my braces, but... And then the hair, like, he could have just done little swirls to make it seem like she had curly hair. Like, just be all the way fucking for real. I do believe that people be telling on themselves about how they genuinely feel about people. And sometimes people think like, oh, it's just a joke, or, it's not that deep, or whatever the case may be. But then something later happens in life and you start thinking back on that one time where you thought, oh, that was a sign. I should have seen that, or this, that, and the third. Yeah. My frosted white ex-husband wouldn't even draw me using black, because he knows that I am not the color black. I am brown. Like, I just genuinely don't understand his thought process when he was making this. And if it was a joke, it was a terrible joke. It just really was. It was a terrible joke. And I'm all for jokes. Don't get it twisted. Like, I am one of the biggest jokesters there is. But some things, like, you really just got to start using your discernment and thinking like, nah, this ain't just a joke. Like, there's something deeper than this. And that drawing is just diabolical. That was crazy.
Okay, guys. This is Thing.
Because what the actual fuck is this? I'm sorry. Did I miss the mark? Is this supposed to be funny? First off, this doesn't even look like her. And secondly, they are damn near almost the same complexion, and this is the color scheme that he chose to go with. I'm sorry, the neck? I'm so glad the comment section is calling this out, because this man actually hates her. Girl, run, he does not like you. This feels ... Yeah, it feels racially charged. This trend is always so telling. This is actually insane because you're gorgeous. My biggest fear is being in love with a hater. Him using these colors for your skin says a lot. Somebody's in love and somebody isn't. Sadly, she probably will think everybody in the comment section and everybody that has something to say about this painting is just being a hater. They don't understand their relationship dynamics. This was just like a fun little paint session between her and her man, and we're all tripping. But this says a lot about how that man feels about her.
Alright, no funny shit. I hope that girl left her man. The girl who her man painted her like a monkey, like not even a monkey, like whatever creature he painted her as. No funny shit. I hope she left him because he hates her. No shit.
You guys know that trend where the couples are painting each other and the woman or wife or girlfriend paints the boyfriend or husband and the husband paints the wife and the girlfriend? You know that trend? Well, a lot of those trends, it's very worrisome for me because the woman always paints her husband or her boyfriend very, she puts a lot of thought into that. She puts a lot of effort into it. She is engaging in the painting her boyfriend or husband, right? And usually, majority of the time, the woman makes a good painting. The painting is so nice. It looks similar to her boyfriend or her husband, whatever, whatnot. And then when it comes to the husband or boyfriend, that painting is ugly. It's effortless. They're not putting any vulnerability or thought into the painting. And this was a consistent thing that I was seeing on this trend. Like the woman putting effort and, affection and thought into the painting versus a man just carelessly not putting effort and making the girlfriend or wife ugly. And I'm like, what is this? Like, I'm not enjoying this. I don't think any of this is funny. Maybe one or two are funny, but as soon as I started consistently seeing this trend in the boyfriend or the husband not putting effort in making the wife or the girlfriend ugly, I'm like, this is worrisome. This is much more deeper than anything. So I'm like, either they literally hate their girlfriends or wives, or they're not really engaging in the hobby or the activity that they're in. Like, I decided to check on ChatGPT because there was more there than meets the eye, right? So I decided to ask her, and there's this trend, why does the woman always paint and put so much effort on the painting and the husband doesn't? They make the painting ugly, they're not taking it seriously, or there's literally no effort into that. So then ChatGPT, which two reasons stuck out to me, was one, as that they're scared to actually engage into the activity and be vulnerable in how they see their spouse or significant other. Or second is that they don't care to put any effort. They don't really care enough for that person to put effort and to draw that person, how they see them and how they care and put thought. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly what I thought. That's exactly majority of these men may be scared of vulnerability and trying to engage in the activity and, you know, how they see their wife or girlfriend. And the other one, they just don't care. They don't care to put effort into the activity. They don't care to put effort into the painting and how they truly see her. And if they are really expressing their emotions and towards her through that painting, it shows in the painting. It shows in the painting. It shows that you don't care about the girlfriend. You don't care about the wife. You may hate her. You may dislike her, because anything that you love, anything that you like, hold on, maybe you're going to put effort. You're going to put thought. You're going to put so much, even if it's a little activity, you're going to put something into that. And in these paintings of the men drawing of their partner, that's not it. And people might say, oh, you're thinking too much into it. No. I'm not putting, it's psychological, mental. You'll see that it's more than that. It's more than meets the eye. It's deep-rooted emotions. So that's my opinion. What does everyone think?
This conversation, I think it's really important, and I'd like to add to it. So essentially, she talks about the disparity of men and women in cishet relationships doing this painting trend, and how the men are representing their partners and how it really feels like they don't like them. As she states in the video, it has nothing to do with painting skill, and it has everything to do with how you're being present and engaged with your partner. In the case of painting each other's portraits, it has a lot to do with how you see them and how you want to represent them with color, with texture. I do think I have some particularly relevant insight as a former painting instructor of 7 years. I taught literally thousands of painting classes in my time working there, and many of them were date night classes. So partners would come in and each person would paint a side that makes up an image. And I had the unique opportunity to instruct and observe these couples in that environment. Now, I'll give credit where credit is due. I feel like most of the time, 80% maybe, the men in these couples were good sports, they're willing to participate, be a little bit uncomfortable with something that they're not used to doing. However, I do want to add some nuance in that, like, most of the time, the women in these couples hadn't ever painted before either. It was an opportunity for them both to get out of their comfort zone together and do something collaboratively. So I feel like it's a little infantilizing and maybe like enabling to say that the men were being good sports. But I digress. I want to show a couple examples. So I don't want to like dox anybody or like call anyone out specifically. So obviously I've cropped out the people. I'll go ahead and start with actually a really good example of a couple that clearly worked together, clearly was communicating well, and honestly just did a really good job in general. If I remember correctly, I believe that they were exchanging their paintings back and forth to make sure that, like, if one person was feeling more competent with a specific thing, like maybe they're more detail oriented, then maybe they were handling the silhouettes or the trees and the branches versus the other partner maybe was doing a better job of blending and color work. And the two sides of the painting didn't even necessarily have to be a perfect match for it to be something special. Sometimes I think like highlighting the differences of each partner's like creative expression was a really interesting way to approach this too. So I am not knocking that at all. What I am knocking are the men in these relationships that would do shit like this. Now, I don't remember the exact context of this specific incident. These were paint and sip classes, so they were drinking while painting, and it's very likely that they had too much to drink. I really want you to observe this image and take in the totality of it. It's not just a matter of the painting skewing from what it was supposed to be. I truly don't even know what we were teaching that night. I mean, the painting I think says woof on it, so maybe there was an animal involved, I'm not sure. But really observe this image, because not only is the painting something else, there's a plate of paint that's been all mixed together, and maybe this is an extreme example, but they also had poured their drink in their partner's paint palette and painted the wine glass that we loaned to them. I just want us all to consider, like, what is that behavior communicating to your partner and how you value your time with them? Really, there's a conversation to be had about like respecting the space that you're in as well, and the materials that you're given and so on and so forth, because these classes were also taking place with other people. I saw this enough that I took note of it. And it may not be like as extreme as this example, but you know, men that would say strange things to me as I'm trying to teach a class, that are there with their partner for a date night, or even like painting crude or things that they thought were humorous on their canvas, to see their partner kind of sigh or mumble under their breath, or just sort of have this defeated demeanor. You know, they thought that they were going out for a special date night with their partner, and their partner's just kind of making a mockery of it. I quite literally cannot think of a single example of all the date night classes I taught where the woman in the relationship was behaving this way. So in my experience, I think this is kind of a good litmus test to observe your male partner in this environment. If you want to go to a paint and sip and see how they do, I'm not here to say that you can't joke around and be uncomfortable and just kind of lean into that. I actually think that's a really beautiful thing. I think that's what it's all about. To me, this kind of communicates clearly that you just don't respect your partner or value your time with them, and you want to make that known. It's also no secret that the mental load of organizing dates often falls on the woman in a relationship. And so to imagine that a woman put in effort and time to find something fun and new to do with their partner, only to have their partner sort of make a mockery of it the whole time, I just think that's really sad. And I think that's a red flag.
I mean, yeah, if it was one video, I'll probably be like, oh, maybe it's just an error. But video after video after video, I'm like, what? Even the ones that are like very bad, the men will find a way to make their painting worse than the lady's painting. I don't know. It's crazy. For you to draw her like someone that is dead, like decomposed or something. Come on. Is that how you see her? Like, do you love her? Do you care about her feelings? I get it if you're both on the same level and you're both joking, like who is going to draw the worst picture of the other person. Yeah, but to be honest, sometimes this is why it's important to let them know that they can't play with you. Honestly, take me seriously. If we are both joking, like let's paint the ugliest picture of one another, it will make sense. And the guy who like put the detail about her boobs, it's like, I don't know. It feels like there's some form of insult, like some, undertones to it. I'm not sure, but hey, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm doing too much. All right. I'm even second guessing myself, although I'm seeing things that I feel like are red flags. Right? Hey, I think I've said it already, but I'm going to stress on it a little bit more. Let them be a little bit afraid of you. Sometimes you have to let people be a little bit afraid of you. A little bit. Like, let them know that they can't play with you. Do you understand? Like me, I'll go and buy paint. I'll come and sit down, paint you. Then this is how you come. Like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? That you paint me like that just to what? Bring me down a bit, make me feel uncomfortable about myself. Is that negging? Is that the word? The word is negging, isn't it? Try to bring you down a bit, make you feel insecure. No, you're not going to play that game with me. You can't play that game with me. Do you understand? Yeah, you can't play that game because who do you think you are? Let them be afraid of you. Don't be afraid to be difficult. When it comes to you, don't let people play about you. That's all I'm saying. All right? Yes, you can laugh a bit, but if it's not funny, don't laugh. Like the other lady said in the other video, sometimes you have to let them know that they are ugly. Sometimes you have to let them know how they made you feel about what they did. If it's not, you don't find it funny, don't laugh. Because me, I'm not laughing, no. I'm just saying, hey, it's your life. If you like, continue. You'll find out later. When you do the video or you post it, me too, I'll come and talk about it. In one of the clips I saw, the lady said, if you want to test how your man feels about you, try this trend. And when you're done, have a conversation with them. Ask them why they choose the color they chose, why they decided not to put in the effort. That is, if they didn't put in the effort to depict you closer to how you look like, right? Ask them questions about and see how they feel about it. Do you understand? Because to me, I feel like this is one of the reddest flags. I'm sorry, this is red flags. If you're having any feelings about the relationship, you're not sure about something, you're second guessing it, this is how you know that they do not like you. You don't need someone to come and tell you that. Do you understand? Sometimes it's just subtle. These are some of the ways you can find out how they truly feel about you. But like I always say, I may be wrong, so you leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And I'll see you again in another video. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.